Don't stop us now, the moment of truth. We were born to make history. We'll make it happen, we'll turn it around. Yes, we were born to make history. Born to make history. Born to make history.
Hey guys, Scott may be here. Welcome back to another anime review. Like I've said before, I try to watch or rewatch an anime every week and then review it for you guys. It doesn't happen as often as I want to, but I try. Like I've said before, anime like One Piece, Bleach, and Fairy Tail will probably not be reviewed as they would take way too long for me to watch all of it and then rewatch to find out the rewatch value, and it's just too much work that it's not gonna happen, so never ask. I am thoroughly triggered. This anime has been so hyped up from the last fall season all the way to this year, so much that Twitter and Facebook and Tumblr are always full of content spoilers, especially when every single episode is coming out every week. Fanboys and fangirls, well, fanboys if you actually exist, rejoice as my return to the anime reviewing game. I will be reviewing an anime that you either are tired of hearing about or obsessed so obsessed over so much that your parents tell you to shut up, and they keep coming into your room and beating your ass because you can't shut up about it. This review, we were born to make history and review Yuri on Ice. Now Yuri is the main character's name, so there isn't any Yuri in this anime. Yaoi, on the other hand, we'll talk about that in a bit. There are 12 episodes in this anime, so let's get to it. Like usual, I will only be explaining the main points of this anime, like the character, story, settings, relationship, voice acting, animation, music, and the genre. We start with the genre here. It's a sports anime, as the title hints. It's a figure skating anime. Odd, huh? Oh, and remember when I mentioned there might be yaoi? Yeah, well, it's widely assumed that the two main characters have homosexual feelings towards one another, and that makes the anime makes that real apparent, like really obvious. So if you're not comfortable with that kind of stuff, which you shouldn't be, it's fucking 2017 now, then this anime isn't for you, so fair warning. Now for the setting. It's all around the world, basically, in figure skating rinks. It's a competitive sport that has games held around the world, so they have to travel to different places to skate and participate competitively. Oh, and I'll mention this now. The world in this anime seems to have a really big thing on figure skating. In my opinion, figure skating isn't really that big in real life, but in this anime, it seems that big because the anime depicts it as a really big thing. But my uncle's mother loved figure skating, and she did tell me it was never too big of a sport before she bit the dust. But yeah, I never really thought of figure skating as that big of an anime. I honestly forgot it was a thing until I found out about this anime, so might just be me though. Now for the characters. Since this is a sports anime, there are a good amount of characters other than the main ones, including multiple rivals and other competitors. I will be cutting it down to literally 3 people though, since they're the only ones who really matter. And first is Yuri Katsuki, apparently best boy of the year, but whatever. Introverted, emotional, lacks in confidence, relies on other people's confidence to keep him afloat. You can define Yuri Katsuki exactly that way. He's also very sensitive and is mild-mannered. His flaws are relatable, but his character in a whole, not really in my opinion. He doesn't really have that many good sides to him, to be honest. He skates because he wants to become just like his idol, Viktor Nikiforov. I think I pronounced that correctly. I hope I did. I think it's Russian. But he's a 5-time gold medalist in figure skating, and he ain't no prodigy, but he's been honing his skills ever since he was young, so he has very good stamina and is dedicated to mastering his skills. Second is Viktor Nikiforov, 5-time gold medalist in figure skating, lady killer, and loves to surprise people. The only reason he continues to skate is because he wants to surprise people and the audience every single time. If he can't think of a way to surprise them, he feels unmotivated and uses all the time that he has free to think of new ways to wow the audience, because that's all he really wants to do. His love for being random when skating also spreads into his real life, which is really, really weird. He's a super random person, but he is a lady/man killer full time. He's a very kind person, but when helping people, he does not pull punches. Third is Yuri Plisetsky. He will be referred to as Yurio for the rest of this review, since that's what they call him to differentiate both Yuris whenever they're around each other. Rude, arrogant, because of the fact that he was better at figure skating than anyone his age at the time in his circuit. Yurio is pretty much a prodigy at figure skating and thinks all those beneath him in skill need to get out of his way. He may seem super mean, but he does have his, nice side to him sometimes that he hides behind his rude-looking face whenever he's being kind, which is super rare, real rare. He is arrogant, but he is a hard worker. If he feels like he must win or improve, he will work his ass off using everything he has access to make him better, to help polish his skills so he can win. Now for the story. Yuri lost his most recent Grand Prix, fucked up real bad on live television, and goes home in frustration and sadness, but still wants to show that he does have skill. So he shows his childhood friend his recreation of Viktor Nikiforov's skating performance. Unknown to him, his childhood friend's children recorded it and put it on YouTube, and it blew up. Literally, that's what happens. Viktor saw it and decided that he wants to become Yuri's coach and get him to win the Grand Prix because he thinks that might be what gives him his push to be able to be motivated to wow the audience. And he thinks maybe just having Yuri wowing the audience would be good enough for him. And that's the story. Yep. Now for the animations. The studio who created this anime is called Nappa, N-A-P-P-A. Ever heard of it? Me neither. If you've watched the anime Punchline, they made that anime too, and it was real weird, and the animations were real weird for that. Literally nothing else of what they done is really noteworthy. The animation for Yuri on Ice is okay/good though. I really liked it, and I thought it was really well done sometimes, unless we're talking about the skating scenes, which is the important part of the show. Then this meme literally depicts how I feel about Yuri on Ice for the animations anyways. Now for the voice actors. I find these voice actors really, really good. They were a convincing cast. Both Yuri's, Viktor's, all the competitors, they were all really good. What made me, amazed, though, was the fact that the commentators for the figure skating competitions were really convincing as commentators. I felt like I was actually watching a real competitive, sport because of these commentators. Just 10 out of 10 IGN, just enough water, frozen straight to ice. Now for the music. The opening theme, History Maker, is really good. It's a pretty good song to just sit and listen to. As I was writing the script for this review, I was actually listening to the song on repeat, so, it's really good. The ending theme, You Only Live Once, is actually really good too. For an ending theme, I felt like it was really hypey, so, that's really good. The show's background music was pretty good too, and all the competitors skate to music they either compose or they get off the internet in the story, and all those songs were actually really good in my opinion as well. Now for the rating part of these reviews. As a rating, I was split up into 5 different categories: the voice acting, animation, story, characters, and overall enjoyability to rate this anime. And of course, we always start with the voice acting. It's going to be a 20 out of 20 from me. The voice acting was superb in my opinion. The fact that the commentators had me sucked in really easily during the competitions, and as well as the fact that the other voice actors were really good, I think they did an amazing job. Animations, 10 out of 20. The animations were super wonderful when the guys looked like they were about to make out every time, but the moment they get on the ice, which is the main point of the show, they look horrible. I don't get all the praise that it gets. Story, 11 out of 20. Alright, before you pick up your pitchforks, drop them down for 2 seconds, and let's look at this anime at its core, and I'll explain my criticisms. 1. I barely know anything about how figure skating works. A large amount of sports anime nowadays use common sports like basketball, baseball, or soccer, and sometimes they do explain how they work, but they're common sports. You pretty much know how they work already. But figure skating is a really obscure sport. I forgot it existed for a good while, and I wouldn't have known it existed if not for my uncle's mother. So it's really weird that they never really explain how some of the shit works. I have no idea how a freaking quadruple salchow, or how that works, or what it is, and I have no motivation to Google it. The anime could have at least told me, because that's its job. It's supposed to be telling me, because that's the main point of the show, the ice skating. Is that not it? Come on. At least explain the basics. Even the scoring system is barely explained. I at least understand somewhat of the scoring system, but not enough of it is really explained for it to be legitimately fair. 2. rushed. They fit the whole Grand Prix into 12 episodes. And I get that since it's a sports anime, they have to keep it compact, but the fact that the character development is really limited that way, a lot of characters choose to do what they do and what they choose to do feel really random, and it's overall just rushed in my opinion. 3. The excitement of a sports anime to me just isn't there. Maybe it's because it's not a team sport or because it's figure skating, which is a much calmer, more specific type of sport, but it just never really built up hype for me. Like, not hype for any of the competitors, no hype for the high scores, no real hype at all. I was always just wondering, oh, so who's gonna win now then? Oh, who's gonna get this score then? I was never really hyped up for it. The show itself has a functioning plot, which worked for what it was, but whether it was good or not, I don't really think so. Characters, 4 out of 20. Yuri, in my opinion, is not a likable character. I get that he's traumatized and depressed and evolves into an amazing skater. I get that, but the fact still lies that he relies on Victor so much that if Victor wasn't there, his motivation would be real dead and he would literally be a hikikomori and never do anything for the rest of his life. Let's be honest. He breaks down all the time, changes his mind over the smallest shit, and it's honestly really annoying to watch. Yuri isn't a good main character with how little evolution his character gets with his reliance on Victor being so abundant, and it's really annoying. It doesn't seem like he'll change anytime soon. Another thing, why the fuck is JJ a thing? I don't understand why everyone really likes JJ. I am Canadian, and this is the guy they chose to represent Canada, an arrogant person who acts as if it all revolves around him. That by itself bothers me to hell. The only likable character is Yurio, and I didn't even like him that much because of how angry and angsty he was all the time. Enjoyability, 5 out of 20. This anime was hyped to hell, and I'm sitting here so fucking confused because I just don't understand why everyone thinks this anime is so amazing. So here comes a new segment I like to call the Honest Anime Corner. During this segment, I will talk about this anime as an anime, nothing extra to it, whether or not everyone likes or hates it, whether or not it can be related to you in a real specific way, all that shit gets pushed to the side as we talk about it at its raw core as an anime, nothing else to it. So, let me explain why in my opinion, I had a lot of gripes with this anime and why I think it wasn't as good as everyone says and thinks it is. 1, like I said before, Yuri wasn't likable. He just wasn't a character who over-relies on another character who never grows out of it, just feels like a whiny kid. And the fact that he didn't realize that putting a ring on another man pretty much means y'all getting married or engaged is just retarded. And I don't care what you say about, oh, he's just pure-hearted. No, he's pure dumb. That's some dumb shit. Like, he's an idiot. I will admit that his last name, being Katsuki, meaning he likes pork cutlets, literally Katsu is katsudon, which is pork cutlets, pork bowl, I'm pretty sure. And then ski is like Katsuki. That's pretty funny, but it doesn't make him likable. 2, rush. I swear to God, people don't understand that you do not have to rush everything and force everything into 12 episodes only. No time to train, no time to develop characters, nothing at all. It felt so forced. 3, random plot twists? Oh, Victor, just leave me. Wait, Victor, don't leave me. Yuri, stop being bad or I'm gonna leave. Yuri, you said something, you did it awesome, I'll never leave you. Show me something so cool, beautiful. Stop that shit. Stop it. These random plot twists they bring out every few episodes, and when I say every few, I mean literally every episode or every other episode, they keep feeling more and more out of place and pointless because they never go anywhere. It's a waste of time. At least to do one main plot twist and just keep to it that isn't like pointless and never shows up again. Come on. 4, this anime is super gay, but not gay at all. And for the record, I'm not using gay as a derogatory term. I'm using it in the literal sense. It's like literally gay, like homosexual. That's what I'm trying to point out. Like, there's so much gay that it's overwhelming, even without touching or anything super hentai happening. High School DxD had the same problem, and it was the same problem I had with that anime. High School DxD was so drowned in tits that you couldn't even see the plot. without feeling uncomfortable, in my opinion. Yuri on Ice drowned you so much in assumed sexual tension that it's uncomfortable and confusing. Like, what is the point? What does it add to the plot? What's the reason for it being there? Why does it happen so often? Not gonna tell us? That doesn't make it right. I've been told that in professional figure skating scene that it's being homosexual is very frowned upon, and that many gay figure skaters don't go open about it, which is why they feel like, since the anime is so open about Yuri and Victor being pretty much openly gay for each other, it's inspiring and amazing. I get that, I truly do, but my opinion and my problem is the same with straight relationships in anime, when a girl or a guy just never get together with the person or never confesses their feelings. And using that, oh, but they're gay and it's inspiring statement just won't work on me, because I treat all relationships the same, whether are gay or not, because that's called progression in life, because I don't really care if you're gay or not. The fact is, no one gets together in the end, and even though they hint it repeatedly to death. 5. The ending was downright horrible. I do not give a shit what you think. My personal opinion is that the last episode of the show was the worst episode of the show, and will live on as one of the worst episodes of an anime, of a show, that I have ever seen and will ever see. I enjoyed the voice acting, the music, the animations kinda, but holy shit, the rest of it isn't helping. Like, another thing, please, for the love of God, keep spoilers to yourselves, you pieces of shit. Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, I can't look at it for 5 seconds without seeing a major spoiler for the damn show every time a new episode came out. So much of this damn show was spoiled for me. I don't have time to watch anime every single day, especially when an anime comes out. Sure, I'll have 2 minutes to look through Twitter, but I won't have 30 full minutes to watch a whole episode of an anime. And no, I'm not going to watch every 2 minutes every time I have time, because that just feels like a waste to me, and I'll always feel lost. Like, come on, can you not control yourself? And, like, it got to the point where I had to start blocking a large amount of people. No one wants to see spoilers the day the episode comes out, especially without a spoiler warning tag, you shit. Come on. I'm also gonna make this clear once again, I do not hate Yuri on Ice because it's a popular anime to hate right now, which is probably why a lot of people are gonna be angry at me. I dislike Yuri on Ice because I think it's a bad anime, and I've thought that since episode 3, I thought it was a bad anime. That is my personal opinion. If you like it, more power to ya. I'm not gonna hate on your opinion because it's your opinion. I'm just gonna give you my opinion, and then we can talk about it like human beings. It's just that this anime is not an anime I would recommend to anyone, and I'm sorry about that, but that's the truth from my heart and soul. This is gonna be another Toradora situation, isn't it? Overall score, 50 out of 100, 50%. The voice acting was good. Sadly, the anime isn't making any history with its shitty story, shitty characters, random animations, shitty flow. Barely a passable grade for this anime. I hope you enjoyed the video, although I have a feeling I triggered a large amount of you out there. Give me your opinions on what you thought about this anime down below. I'd love to talk about it so we can have a real conversation. In the description, there should be a link to watch it over on Crunchyroll, and from what I remember, Funimation is doing a dub, and if they are, like I remember, I hope they are, I will put a link to the description for that too. So, thank you guys for watching. It's gotta be out. See you guys next time.